Okay, this is the financing addendum. It says that we're going to obtain a fixed rate mortgage over 30 years at a rate not to exceed 4%. Says you can change the financing at any time, provided it doesn't affect your ability to go to settlement and doesn't affect the financial status of the seller. We want the lender to deliver to us a loan commitment within 28 days, initialed there. We want the lender to deliver the appraisal to us within 21 days, and hopefully at or above the sales price. If it's below the sales price, we have other alternatives. What we're going to do, initial there. It says occasionally lenders will require repairs on a particular property before they will lend on that property. It's a fairly rare thing, but it does happen sometimes. Please sign there. Thank you. Okay, this is the contingencies and clauses, and what the only element that we're going to use in here is the settlement of your current home. You have your home under contract. So we have written in the address here, and if for some reason the contract on the home that you're selling falls through, we will notify the listing agent, and this contract it becomes voidable by either the buyer or the seller. Okay, what we'll do is try and get a new buyer for your house, and then continue with this contract. Okay, so initial there, and there, and pleased to be signing here. Okay, this is the home inspection addendum. We're going to perform a home inspection within 7 days. If for any reason utilities are not in service, we get to extend for another 7 days. At the end of our 7 days, we're going to deliver a copy of the inspection report and an addendum requesting repairs. We're then going to enter into a 5-day negotiation period where we can go back and forth as many times as we need to reach agreement on what the seller's going to repair, what they're not going to repair, and any financial compensation that they might offer you instead of making repairs. If we cannot reach agreement within 5 days, we're going to enter into the buyer's election period where you can take the home in its current condition or void the contract. Initial there, please. This speaks to radon testing. Same thing. So we're going to do, it's a 48-hour test, so we extend the timeline to 9 days. If for any reason the utilities are not in service, we extend for another 7 days. If anyone tampers with the test, we extend for another 7 days, initial there. And then we have the same negotiation period of 5 days and 3 days, and you can void. Okay, so buyer's initial there and sign here. Thank you. Okay, this is the lead-based paint disclosure. The home was built in 1977, so that's a year before lead-based paint was completely outlawed. So I'd like you to initial here that you've read this warning about lead-based paint. I'd like you to initial here that you've read this information, of which there is none. I'd like you to initial here that you've received this pamphlet, which speaks about lead-based paint, and initial here that you've waived the opportunity for a lead-based paint inspection, and then sign there. Thank you. And this is the property disclosure we spoke about earlier. So this document says that this document has to be part of any real estate contract in Virginia. So this is a summary of rights and obligations of sellers and purchasers under the Virginia Residential Property Disclosure Act, and this is the Residential Property Disclosure Statement. Okay, So this one says that the sellers have no knowledge of any material defects in the property. They make no representations about what's going on adjacent lots. They make no representations about whether the home's located in an historic district or in a Chesapeake Bay preservation area. They make no representations about the location of any stormwater detention facilities or wastewater processing facilities. And they make no representations of, or they have no knowledge of any pending enforcements of the Virginia state building codes or violations thereof. So sign there and sign here, please. Thank you so much. That was really easy. So I'm going to package this up and get it sent off to the listing agent, and hopefully I'm going to ask for a written response within 24 hours, and then hopefully we'll get you a ratified contract.